Another day, another video, having a talk about motorsport games without actually playing the games. It's starting to get very frustrating. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is having a great day. Real quick, I do want to just say, if you are watching this, you guys know me. I always wear this Arsenal jumper. It's usually what I wear in my apartment. But I do have a second channel. Some longtime viewers will know. There's really nothing on there. I think there's 2 videos on there. But I'm going to start uploading on my second channel. If you just go to my channel, go to the channels tab. It's called Real Radman Vids. I will be making videos about Arsenal and the Premier League topics I want to talk about on a weekly basis, not daily. So it's going to be a weekly upload schedule when I have some free time and I just want to talk about football. So if you are interested in that in any way, please go give that channel a subscribe because I will be starting that tomorrow. And I'm doing that so nothing takes away from the main channel. I want to keep this channel about gaming, NASCAR, real life stuff, and obviously all that stuff. Now, having to talk about motorsport games again is not what I want to do. I want to be playing the Heat 5 update with the 2022 cars, which at this point should be the 2023 cars because it's still delayed. It's still not out. It's January 17th. The Daytona 500 is in a month. You might as well just put 2023 paint schemes in there and call it a 2023 update because that update was supposed to come out in 2022. It is still delayed. It is what it is, but it's not been canceled. It's not been canceled. It's delayed. And that is just a very small thing that I thought that would be the main news of the last few weeks, but no, it just got progressively worse and worse and worse. I've made videos in the past, as you guys know, in recent weeks about motorsport games, talking about everything that is going on there. If you guys don't know, there was the 24-hour Le Mans, the big race they have with that $250,000 grand prize that is held on R Factor 2. And that was going through a chaotic mess this past weekend as well. And I think that's the second year in a row where they've had a lot of issues with that race. There was comments from Max Verstappen, who, their team got disconnected and from the server, and he didn't get his lap back, and then he just basically pulled into pit road and lashed out at essentially the situation and saying, like, if Le Mans want to be taken seriously, they need to get off the platform, which, again, this is R Factor 2, which is now owned by Motorsport Games. It's under that umbrella. I think it has been for the last 2 years. And, there are a lot of opinions on there. I don't have a lot of room to talk on that because I don't really play R Factor 2. And so a lot of people who do, there have been server issues in the past. Have Motorsport Games made that worse? I don't know, but it's pretty certain they haven't really made it better. So it is what it is in that situation. There's other issues going on around the company that I didn't want to talk about at first. So this was rumored a while ago. There have been articles about it, but I didn't make a video on it because it wasn't really about the gaming side of things. Like, when I obviously made that video a few days ago talking about NASCAR 23 possibly being delayed. That really is when I step in and I want to talk about it, give my opinion. But this whole issue with and Mike Straw made a article on it on Insider Gaming. So we'll look at that momentarily, about an employee from Motorsport Games threatening to leak the source code of 4 different games because the wages were not paid. And there's been rumors and stories about this coming from the Russian developers and how the war between Russia and Ukraine maybe affected things for a lot of companies. And so, you had to basically move developers out of Russia into somewhere else. These, again, all rumors. I don't know anything about it. All rumors. Don't know if it's actually happened. But a point is, there have been clear sources going to Mike Straw and to Insider Gaming and to Tom Henderson, who's a very, very big gaming journalist who covers a lot of these issues and the wider concept of gaming, that this has been going on and that this is true. And so there was a situation. I don't know if you guys remember. And I'm trying to think of this at the top of my head. Remember when Cyberpunk released? I don't know when that was now. Was that 2020? 2021? 2020? I mean, it's been a while since Cyberpunk released. But when Cyberpunk initially released, and it was how broken it was, the state of it and everything. And then I think there was security attacks and stuff on CD Projekt Red. Obviously, CD Projekt Red is a very, very big company and one of the biggest gaming companies in the world. But there were security breaches, cyber attacks, all this different stuff right after, I think, the launch of the Cyberpunk game, and there was a lot of heat and bad PR and everything on Cyberpunk. And it all kind of stems from the top, right? And this threat of leaking source code. If you guys don't know what the source code is of games. It is the line code. So if you go to school, computer science, coding, you guys will know what I'm talking about. It's essentially what you write. You write lines of code that in turn make the game, the whole functioning of the game. So if a Motorsport Games employee has the source code and they decide to release it online publicly, that is the game. Like, if they release that, anybody could, with a knowledge of coding, including other companies, can look at that, see what they do, see their process of how they want to make their games, and adjust it however they please. And they could literally make their own product. So it's definitely a big deal. The source code is the life, the heart of all these games. All the games you play all have source code and coding in general. So let's actually, I haven't given you guys your shout out. I want to give a shout out to all the Patreon members as always for supporting the channel. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you guys as always for supporting. Obviously, this period of time for my channel as well has been a struggle, and it coincides because there's been no new games. The NASCAR gaming scene is very, very bad right now. So that is why the channel has been struggling. I've been struggling. I'm trying to get through it. And we'll just see how it goes. But thank you guys, all the Patreon members. If you guys want to support the channel directly, I would really, really, really appreciate it right now. Link is in the description below, and the Discord comes along with that. But let's go to the article. So here we go, written by Mike Straw again. Motorsport Games employee threatens to leak source code of 4 games. Not really sure why they used a Technics game for the for the profile. I don't know who did that, but that's just kind of funny to me. This was this is NASCAR. This looks like Inside Line. Chevy SS. This looks like the 2013 cars. I don't entirely. This might be Inside Line. I don't think that's NASCAR 14. I think that's NASCAR Inside Line. Not entirely sure, but it's seemingly gone from bad to worse to Motorsport Games for the past several months, with employees not being paid and threatening lawsuits to the entire board of directors leaving the company. I forgot that part. Yeah, the entire board leaving the company and stuff. And a new update from anonymous employees, Insider Gaming's learned that the company is now essentially being blackmailed to pay unpaid wages or source code for 4 of its games that'll be released online. I have seen this situation before in gaming. I don't know how many times it's actually happened. I don't know the legality of all this. I remember situations, again, I can't think of the exact games off the top of my head, but I remember situations where someone has either attacked or cyber attacked the servers or something to get the source code, or that would be someone who doesn't work for the company, and then they threaten to release it that way. Obviously that is illegal because you're theft, you're stealing. I don't remember many situations where it was coming from employees, or in this case former employees, that rumored to be unpaid. So out of spite or revenge, they have this source code because they obviously worked for the company. They stole it, kept it, whatever it is. I'm not really sure how it works. Like, if you are an employee, if you're a developer for the game, does everyone have their own version of the source code? I'm not really sure how that works because I've never worked in, computer science, coding, gaming that way. I've never been a developer. So maybe you guys could let me know on that. I don't think you have like the whole source code. So maybe because this person who was working there, maybe he went in there and stole it, or maybe they already just have it. Again, not really sure, but I'm pretty sure it is illegal to obviously to do that. But it's a game of leverage. If they haven't been paid, that's why they're gonna do it. That's why they're threatening the lawsuit. I don't know what Motorsport Games could do in terms of that. Like, again, I don't know the situation. It's just a big mess, and I'll get to my opinion on it a little bit later. I want to read the article on that. Employees who spoke to Insider Gaming under the request of I can't pronounce this word, anonymity. I know anonymous is the word, anonymous, right? Anonymity, because they were not authorized to speak about the company information, has said that one employee has directly threatened Motorsport Games CEO Dmitry Kosko and the company's new directors. In the threat, it was said the employee has a source code for 4 of the games. NASCAR 21 Ignition, which I don't even care about that source code. That game's broken as it is. NASCAR Heat 5. Yes, remember, NASCAR Heat 5 is a Motorsport game that was publicized and released by Motorsport Games all the way back in 2020. People still forget that. It is like a 704 games game, but it was publicized by Motorsport Games. IndyCar. So IndyCar does exist, ladies and gentlemen. IndyCar. and Kartcraft. And out of those 3 games, NASCAR 85 I would say is solid. And guys, Kartcraft is a good game, man. Like I can't fault them. Kartcraft is a good game, very solid game. The employee has demanded that unpaid wages are paid to the employees by January 25th. It is currently January 17th, so 8 days. So you'll probably see me making another video by then. And if the source code releases and you guys want to mod the game yourselves, you have a coding history, I'll buy you. I don't really know how that's gonna go or work. I think the IndyCar game is what you want to see because this game is not released yet. I don't give a crap about this one, right? And I don't give not real. I just want the update for NASCAR 85 and Kartcraft. I mean, it's a solid game. But this one's not released, so that's the big one, obviously. You don't want that being released. The source code for all 4 games will be released publicly online. Speaking with other employees not familiar with the situation, because remember, there are employees, a lot of them at Motorsport Games, who are just trying to do their job, and I want to make it very clear here. Guys, if you want to be mad at Motorsport Games, that's fine. If you want to attack the CEO of Dmitry Kozko, he gets enough hate as it is. It is what it is. You can, he's the face of the company essentially, so he's the leader. Again, I'm going to get to this in a little bit. There are a lot of good people that are not involved in this. For example, the community manager, Rusty, who before he became community manager at Motorsport Games was just Rusty Walrus, content creator, one of the most energetic, awesome guys I've ever met, and he's still that way. Very, very cool guy, works very hard, and a lot of this is not in his control. There are a lot of good people who work at the company, whether it be on the financial side, whether it be on the marketing side, that are not involved in this, that are just trying to do a livelihood and a lot of people who want to make great games. I have met people who are working on that IndyCar game that are very passionate about it and really want to do well. They are not involved in this. So if someone comes to you and they say they work for Motorsport Games and they're an engineer, they are a developer, they are this or that, you shouldn't provide hate or anything to them for that. There are, again, like it is in a lot of companies, there are a lot of good people. Where this issue stems from is the top. And I might as well, before we get further on into the article, I might as well talk about this. My opinion. When you are the leader of a company, or you are leaders of a company, lead designers, team, like lead creative designers and stuff, people who are in charge of certain aspects of the company, it is your responsibility, and you have to take accountability for the things that happen within the company. And, at the top of that is Dmitry Kozko, the CEO. And so this really kind of falls on them because yes, you can't control, certain things that happen, whether a mistake was made here or there, something happened, with employees here or there. You can't control that part, but there comes a time where it's too much. Like there's too much knock-on effect where you gotta kind of take accountability, and it all starts from the top. I believe all this situation. This one I don't want to get too much into because this is a weird legality thing with unpaid wages where we don't know the situation with that. But all this starts from leadership at the top. And that's where it starts from, and that's where all these issues come from. So again, I want to make it very clear. It doesn't involve a lot of the people within the company that are really trying to make good games. And that's what I want. I want good games. That's why I saw a tweet earlier today. I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but someone quoted my tweet earlier today and was like, Bradman's not a corporate puppet. And again, I usually ignore these comments of, people calling me corporate puppets or I'm paid on. Listen, my Patreon members literally bully me on the Discord daily that he's on the payroll. It's the running joke. It is what it is. I don't mind it. Like if you guys want to joke about me being on the payroll, as long as it's a joke, I'm okay with it. I'm not on the payroll. I don't get paid in any way. I literally look at things glass half full. So I try to be positive about things. That's just how I am, or that's how I've become. Obviously, if you've been with my channel for the last 5-6 years, 5-6 years ago, I'd be cussing people out and saying F you to the developers and like, what the hell is this? Just go look at NASCAR Heat Evolution. That is how I was. I'm completely different now. I'm 25 years old. I've matured. I look at things glass half full. That doesn't mean I'm on a payroll. I just literally give you guys my opinion. I look at things with glass half full. I want the games. I want good games. NASCAR gaming is something that's really important to me. Sim racing is cool and all. I love iRacing. I love doing it, NR 2003, all of that, but I just really, really like the casual side of console gaming. And it's kind of scary that the last time we've had a solid game was NASCAR Heat 5, and that was released in 2020. We go to 2021, we go to 2022, now we're in 2023, and there still has not really been anything since. I know NASCAR 21 Ignition counts, but like that game just sucked, right? That, is kind of equivalent to NASCAR Heat Evolution, in my opinion, in terms of like that was the company's first game. They made a lot of mistakes. I want to see more games. I know there are people there that are trying to make good games. All of this is not helping. It really is not helping whatsoever. It's not helping them, and it's not helping me, because the reality of the situation, guys, is I don't get paid by them. I'm not on their payroll, but I do play their games, just like how I play iRacing's games, like how I play NR 2003, just like how I play the older games. Like, that is the content that I use as, and this is my hobby / my job, is to make YouTube content. So yes, I need the games. I need them. I need them for the content, and for me to be happy and to make that content for you guys. That doesn't mean I'm on the payroll, and that doesn't mean that I'm going to defend them. It's just as simple as, and I can't be any clearer with this, I want the games to be made and for them to be made good. The last thing I want is for the whole company to fold, and then it takes another 3 years to get a good NASCAR game. Because that will be the situation if Motorsport Games folds. If Motorsport Games does not release games, and they fold, and something happens, and they get sued, and yada, 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 then NASCAR has to figure out what to do with the contract and the licensing agreement, and then it's going to have to go to someone else, who then has to build a game from ground up, and it's going to be all this all over again. It's going to be 3 or 4 years by the time you get a good game. You see what I mean? That's terribly scary. Like, to think that 2026 could be the next time we get actually a halfway decent game, because the first game a lot of new developers make is never the best. It's their base. It's their ideas. It's where you make the mistakes before you can, you have to get the platform to then build better games. So that's, when NASCAR Heat 5 went down and Motorsport Games came in, that's where, we started this process, and I really want to see good games. That's what scares me, because, that's where I'm coming from. Do you guys get it? That's why I'm always glass half full, because I'm genuinely scared that if there are no new games coming anytime soon, what am I going to do about the channel? There's only so much content that's at my disposal. I've already gone essentially 2 years without having a solid game. When it comes to NASCAR, I could play F1 and stuff, but, my true passion really is NASCAR. That's where it is. So it's difficult. I think I went into a little bit of a rambling situation, but that is where it goes. Let's go back to this. So it was said they were not surprised that such drastic action was being taken as someone who probably has nothing to lose. Yeah, nothing to lose. Again, this is illegal, I think, to do this. You'd probably go to jail. I don't really know what would happen, but, that's that. The comments were made following Inside Gamers last week that the entire Russian studio, consisting of 30 or so employees, has not been paid since October. In addition, it was revealed that some employees were offered to relocate to Georgia with no help from the company in order to be paid their salaries. I think that is also because of the war between Russia and Ukraine. So yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, that I think this is what's happening. So, that is something outside of Motorsport Games' control. There's a literal war going on in Russia and Ukraine. And so they're trying to move their employees if that is the case. But then what is in their control is the wages, what's being paid and all this stuff. So that's what I'm talking about. It starts at the top. It's leadership. Something comes to you and it's a really it's a really bad situation that you are dealt with, that you have to try and figure out, and you have to try and figure out the solution the best possible way. And if it is true that the employees haven't been paid, but they're still under they're still employed, then yeah, that's obviously not what you want to do. That's not good. Employees that spoke to Insider Gaming strongly believe that IndyCar is the next game. Yes, IndyCar will be the next game if they are able to release it. From the company to release, but are strongly anticipating NASCAR 23 to be delayed until NASCAR 24. And just reading this, obviously, I'm expecting it to happen now. I am. With everything that's going on, there's too much flames, there's too much fire, to not believe it. So I'm starting to believe that NASCAR 23 will be delayed to NASCAR to 2024, which will mean another year without a NASCAR game, another year of really me struggling on the channel without that NASCAR content, and I am scared. I'm genuinely being honest with you guys. I am scared. To not have another game for another year, it's definitely really scary. And that whole investor thing that happened earlier goes to December of 2023. It does not go to 2024. So I'm really scared, guys. Seriously, like I'm being completely honest. I'm really scared. As for the source code for the games to be released by the as for if the source code for the games is released to be public by the end of the month, it remains to be seen, but we'll keep you updated. They've reached out to Motorsport Games, and then no yet response. And yeah, that's the whole situation there. It's a really stupid, annoying situation. I feel bad for a lot of the employees there that have to deal with this, and we'll just see how it goes. If NASCAR 23, and I'm giving it a 90% chance that it is going to be delayed till 2024. If that happens, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. It's definitely scary. It's definitely a scary thought because, yeah, that IndyCar game, I do expect it to release, but IndyCar is not really my strong suit, like not on this channel. I want to play it because whatever the IndyCar game is, NASCAR is going to be very similar to it. We know that. So I do want to play it. I hope it's good, but to not have a NASCAR game released in 2023 is really tough. And also, in my opinion, I don't even know if that's possible because I'm pretty sure NASCAR have the deal with NASCAR is there has to be a yearly release. That's why 2022 was an expansion. It kind of fell under the legality contract of a yearly NASCAR release. I'm pretty sure that's the deal between Motorsport Games and NASCAR is that there has to be a yearly release of some sort. So you don't want to put a 2023 release on NASCAR 21 Ignition. You don't want to do that. So can they really delay it till 2024? Like, is that even possible? That's something that we're going to have to see. There's a bit long video, guys. I'm going to end it there. Yeah, I'm pretty dejected, as you guys can see. We'll see how it goes. This is not a situation. I hope, obviously, I'm not the one that's not getting paid my wages. So I hope for everyone that it goes, there's some sort of solution or something. I hope it all ends well. And I hope that we can finally get some good games soon, whenever that may be. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Please go subscribe to the second channel. I'm going to be making some Arsenal content there. If you care. If you don't care, don't worry. You don't have to subscribe. That's why I'm doing it on the second channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. Subscribe if you're new. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys as always for the support. I really, really do appreciate it during the times where it's definitely been struggling for me to deliver or to get engagement on the videos and stuff and provide content that you guys like. So seriously, I do appreciate everyone who watches and everything as we kind of go through this rough time and just we see what happens. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.